opening prayer.
All right.
Let's go.
We better do
Yes.
something bad.
He's got proof now in case we act up.
Yeah. It's going on my YouTube channel, so if you don't want to be on there, I'll blur out your tile when it's done.
Okay. Well, you should probably blur me out because I'm underage.
We can do that. I'll put a smiley face.
Yeah, YouTube can be really.
And a voice changer.
Yeah.
With the super
To
deep
avoid-
voice.
Yeah,
Super
to
deep
avoid all
voice.
those pedos out there.
All right. So, just to give you guys some background, the adventure is happening.
Sorry, my dog. I was gonna abuse my dog real quick. Hold on.
All right, so the adventure is happening in the fictional world of Wildemont, here in the Isle Cross region in the north. And the adventure name is called The Frozen Sick. So obviously it's going to be cold where we are. As you guys go through this adventure, you're going to come across NPCs. For people that have played D&D before, just be mindful for people that haven't, if you want to give them some pointers. If you feel like they've missed something in an investigation, feel free to jump in and ask. We will be rolling for initiative during encounters, so just bear that in mind. Make sure you have your character sheets when we roll for initiative. If your character has a negative buff on it, or a negative let's say you're doing something for like charisma or intelligence, and you're rolling for one of those, whatever the dice comes up as, you're going to remove that. If your character has a perk or ability that adds that, so you, like, if you roll a 10 and you have a +2, you have equivalent of a +12. So our adventure starts in a small city called Palebank Village. So the snow is falling gently from the sky. Wind is biting your cheeks. You're standing around a graveyard in the village. It's a fishing outpost. It's home to several hundred dwarves and elves. The sun is really low in the sky right now. It's kind of start to slinking behind the graves. There's an old dwarf in the village that caught this weird disease. No one knows what it is. They think it's a curse, and he got turned into an ice statue. So everybody from the village is gathering around the grave to pay their final respects. And it's kind of inferred here that your characters will either have gone to the village before, come to pay their respect, or for some other reason. I'm going to stop sharing the screen for now, and we will go. Adam, why don't you introduce your character to everybody and give them some backstory and why you're in the village today.
I'm Morgan the Plump. I am a mountain dwarf from a faraway town. I was a blacksmith in that town, and then I had a argument or a fight, pretty much, with the leaders of the town. Don't really want to get into that.
Okay.
But I became kind of like a Robin Hood of the area, but the heat got a little bit too much on me, so I decided to make my way somewhere else, and this is where I've come to.
Okay. Is there a specific reason you came to this village? Did you know the dwarf?
I did not.
Okay.
I just was
You're just traveling?
far away as I could from where I was.
Gotcha. And with that, we will turn our attention to probably our other senior players here. Let's start with Mike. You want to go ahead and introduce your character and what brings you to this village?
Yeah, sure thing. So my name is Val Sleetrest. I am already native to the north, but what brings me to this village is I'm searching for something to help cure my mentor. You see, I was raised in a small hunting tribe around here, well, several miles, I guess you could say, east of here. I've never been to this area before, but I'm desperate to find a cure for my mentor, Fleesa. And so in my travels, I decided that not only would I try to help her out, but I would also do my best to assist others on my way and help make a good name for my guild called the Frost Reapers that I'm a part of. So I'm not looking to cause any trouble, hopefully, but if I do run into any trouble, I definitely will put an end to it.
Okay. Sean Street, you want to go
Yo,
ahead and
yes. My name is Tagon Solara. I am a noble sun elf. And however, even though I am a noble sun elf, I believe that people should be treated fairly and also equally, which is kind of counterintuitive to the elves' thought pattern. I am a descendant of a warrior elf, and however, my family was dealing with some issues because our head suffered a severe injury. So now I am looking to see how I can help my people by one, keeping our name respected, but also finding out how to cure, well, not cure, but uh, rehabilitate our head or take on the role of being a head myself. That's all.
and
That's what I have.
and what brings you to the village today? Traveling? Did you know the person that died?
Uh, so I was traveling, and I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I was traveling. Also looking for some people to join me to I guess head up with my family, or like to hire people to help with my family.
Got you. All right, Ashley or Allie, which one of you want to go next? Introducing your character. Oh, Rochambeau.
Okay. Well, my name is way too long for anyone to be able to pronounce, but everyone calls me Millet.
Okay.
I'm a gnome, and my parents. Why are you being so disruptive? My parents were nature lovers, and they protected all the animals, all living things in our area, and they became activists fighting to protect the weak and all the animals because the ruler of the land is a very sadistic person. He's maniacal and he uses living things for his own sick entertainment. And then my parents ended up disappearing when I was 11. And it's just been me and the animals ever since. The people in my village mostly stay in hiding because they're afraid. Um, I read a lot of books. That's how I pass my time.
You're a nerd.
I am.
Hmm.
We
And
like nerds.
I've taught myself the art of medicine through all the reading I've done with the parents, with the books my parents have collected. And I do my best to help those in the village, but a lot of them don't really want to have dealings with me because of what happened to my parents. They think somehow I have some sort of disease that makes people disappear. So, yeah, I'm kind of
Cool.
alone, but at least I have the animals.
And what brings you to this village? Traveling? Did you know the
Well, I I think a lot about my parents that disappeared, and I wonder sometimes if I could find them. So I decided to be brave and venture out, maybe try to see if I could find any connection to them, see if anyone knows what happened to them.
Fair enough. And Ashley, that brings us to you. You don't need to go into heavy detail if you don't want to. You could just give us some background and then what brings you to the village.
Okay, so my name is Ray Nala Voltori.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what?
Voltori. I am a moon elf, and I value education and knowledge. So I just travel around looking for information about the earth and stuff. And that's why I'm in here in this village. I'm just exploring.
Just passing through. You're exploring. Got it. All right.
You don't, I think we're gonna be friends.
Mr. J. Rod Blitz, why don't you introduce your character to the group?
Okay, my character is half orc, a half orc paladin. Her name is Vanimi, but her tribal name is Iron Tooth. Um, Iron t- or She was born in a village of hunters, specifically monster hunters that live alongside the Galena Mountains. Her father is the leader of these hunters, and the reason of her um, coming to this village is in search for a mythical creature known as the White Dragon.
Okay. And that brings us to Miguel and Ellen. Either one of you feel free to start, introduce your character.
You go first. Ladies first. Sorry.
So my character's name is Celestia Stormweaver. She was raised in the heart of elven nobility, and her early years were marked by the weight of expectations from a family struggling to maintain its former glory. Despite the opulence surrounding her, she felt a yearning for independence and desire to break free from the confines of tradition. From a young age, she immersed herself in the arcane arts, fueled for a hunger for knowledge that surpassed the rigid expectations set by her family. Her insatiable curiosity led her to spend countless hours in secluded studies, mastering not only the traditional high elf magic, but also delving into the healing arts to broaden her skills. As the pressures of her family's legacy mounted, she made a pivotal decision to embark on her own journey, leaving her noble home, seeking adventure beyond the familial halls of elven society. Her travels have taken her to distant lands where she continues to hone her magical skills and strives to carve a legacy distinct from the fading glories of her family. She now stands at the threshold of her destiny, a high elf wizard ready to weave her own tale in the world.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, Miss Prager.
Mr. Chimichanga himself.
And it's Chat GPT, not me.
Yeah.
That's good. You did a good job. Thank
Thank you
Go
for your
ahead.
candor.
Same thing, ChatGPT. I'm not that good with stuff. All right, backstory. My character is Basilisk Flame. What's his name? Hold up. I forgot my name.
Basilisk.
Basilisk
Flameheart?
Flameheart. Yep, thank you. Basilisk Flameheart. He's from the Dragon Clan. Yeah, so he's a Dragonborn warrior, a soldier, always into battle. The only thing he knows is battle, and that's all it. This person, what else did I put down here? Okay, so choosing the path of a soldier, he seeks to break free from the chains of duty. However, his tumultuous past and the scars of battle trigger uncontrollable rages, transforming him into a berserker who must find a way to calm the storm within. Personalities, same thing. He wants to be free. He doesn't want to do battle no more. But unfortunately, his past, his struggles, all that keeps on bringing him back to battle. Quirks, he has a penchant for collecting trinkets from fallen enemies as trophies. To temper his berserker fury, he relies on meditative practice and the calming influence of a unique herbal concoction he discovered during his travels. His goal is just to be free, travel, and just to be not bothered by war or anything like that. Hopefully, he can be. So,
Hey, cool. You're a Dragonborn serial killer because you capture trinkets from people.
Yeah,
That's
basically.
interesting.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
listen. I take things from my enemies.
All right.
Yeah. There was one more thing I had to.
Okay, go ahead.
What was it I was gonna put down? Never mind. She made me lose my focus. All right.
It's all good if you remember it later. All right. So at this point, if I was in the room with everybody, I would be doing my own hands, like jazz hands type of thing. So I'm going to ask my arms of my wife to go ahead and take all the player characters, and you're going to put them in or around the graveyard. So the graveyard, for reference, is the lower left screen on the table. There's other people that are attending a funeral for a local person, a dwarf, like I said, that died they found him a frozen ice statue. So as you guys are kind of pushing in, listening, you hear a gruff voice say, "Thank you for attending Ergon's services." And at that point, the person kind of notices the group of strangers because you're not from the village. He turns his attention to you. He's a kind of a weathered elf. He's a retired ranger, and he seems to be the leader of the village. And he says, "I'm so sorry to speak these dark tidings under such circumstance, but I believe that Palebank Village might be in danger. I was hoping that you guys could help us." So at this point, feel free to engage with the NPC. He's looking for your help to figure out what happened to Ergon, who is the main character that died under strange circumstances. So this isn't really an encounter, so I'm not going to make anybody roll for initiative. If anybody wants to jump in with questions.
I think I'll jump in. So
Okay.
I step forward and I speak to him consolingly. I see the look of distress on his face. So I say to him, "Brother, what exactly happened here?" I'm an elf, by the way. I forgot to introduce my race. So that's why I talk to him so familiarly. Also to fellow ranger as well.
So 2 months ago, Ergun returned home from exploring Islecross for a year. He'd been back for only a few days when he came across this strange affliction, and it made the dwarf move slowly and slow. And then we saw these blue veins just kind of erupt from his body, and it appealed all over his body. And then a short time later, we couldn't stop the malady. The village priests tried. They tried muster every spell they could to heal him, but nothing would work. The bizarre malady just kept progressing and progressing. Ergon battled the affliction for weeks, and it slowly transformed him into an ice statue.
I wonder if this is something I could help with since I've read a lot of books on medicine.
All right. You want to do you want to roll for let's see. Medicine would be probably an insight check. You want to roll a d20?
They have a medicine place thing on there.
Okay, yeah, you can roll. Why don't you roll?
Under wisdom. It's a wisdom check.
Yeah, okay. So roll a d20 for wisdom, Allie.
All right, hold on.
And then look at your stats. If your wisdom has a perk to it, like if you have a plus sign next to it, you'll add that to whatever the dice come up with. If you need someone to roll a d20, Ashley, my wife, has dice on the table. She can roll for you.
I rolled a 10.
Your perks, does it have, let me look at your character. View millet.
+3. She has a +3 on wisdom.
All right, so that would give you a 13. You kind of, you don't know that you have enough information. You do get some recollection that you may have come across that in one of the books, but you want to think a little more about it. It may come to you at a later point, but nothing that the Rangers told you so far has triggered anything definitive, because it's familiar, but you can't really put your finger on kind of where you heard it from or where you read it.
Okay. Yeah, can't seem to remember, but the symptoms do sound slightly familiar. I just can't remember what.
Can I also kind of do the same thing Ali did, because my background is a sage?
You could, or you could ask the elf if he has any more information before you try that.
Okay. Did he have any other symptoms besides just slowing down and then, slowly passing weeks?
No, it was very bizarre. I mean, up until yesterday, the rest of the village just believed that it was a sad coincidence to what happened. But it's most likely it's something that the dwarf came in contact with, because there was another dwarf in the village, a trapper, was showing the same signs of illness.
Was there any laceration?
No, nothing. That's why it's so perplexing. We don't know what caused it. We think he might have came in contact with something.
Who's this trapper? Or can I ask something?
Yes.
Okay?
So the trapper's name is Togi Lutan. It's another dwarf in the village that was showing similar signs of the illness that the other dwarf had, that Ergon had.
Is there anywhere they were both in the same contact with?
I'm
Outside?
not sure. You might want to go if you guys are willing. You can investigate this for. I know I'm the elder of this village, and everybody's very concerned on what's happening. If you guys are up for it, I'd love for you to try to help figure this out.
If I may interject, if
Sure.
the other, if this person turned into this ice statue and he was in contact with the other one, with this dwarf who had the same affliction, does that mean that there could be this could be an airborne disease or something that happens via touch?
That's a good question. I was alarmed about it, and when I saw Togi exhibiting the same behaviors, I tried to help, and we were in physical proximity, and I didn't get sick. She just asked her to let her die. She already knew that she was dead. She said, "Just leave me alone and let me die in peace." And a day later, we found her frozen like an ice statue, just like Ergon.
Is there any
Okay.
other dwarves that
Sounds
are-
like a curse to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's definitely unnatural. How many people have been affected by this total in your village?
So far, the Ergon and Togi, the two dwarves.
That's it. Okay.
Fortunately, we haven't seen it spread to anybody else.
No other dwarves? I've gotten it.
No,
Has there been any foreigners who have visited the village at all?
not that I've seen. You're the first foreigners I've seen in a very long time. We don't get a lot of foot traffic. It's a fishing village, other than people coming in the docks.
I got you, bro.
Speak to this other
Have
dwarf.
have you noticed anything weird about any particular food or crops? Maybe anything with the animals?
No,
Hmm.
Honestly, in my opinion, I think the best place to go would be see where he went at the time before he was afflicted with this disease.
he was
Though it could be
far.
dangerous.
He was far from the
Far?
village. When he came back from his adventure, he was fine, and it was shortly after he returned. His house is in town. If you guys want to go search it.
If you don't mind, I think I would like to explore it. I can't speak on behalf of all these others, seeing as how I personally don't know them, but I do have some experience in my travels. Perhaps I could offer my services.
I'm down
That
to.
would
be-
I can use
I'll
my
go
insight.
myself.
I would like to go
Alright.
talk to the dwarf.
All right, it sounds like the entire party was be willing to help, and you'd be forever in my debt and the town's debt if you could figure out what happened.
Let's go.
So just outside the cemetery, the old ranger points you towards Ergon's cabin. It's just outside the cemetery. Let me pin the map here. I will show you.
If you don't mind, I just got one question to ask. You said that you're the only one who got in contact with them, nobody else, right?
No, there are other people in the village. I was in direct contact with Togi after she got sick, and she didn't want me to. She wanted to just die in peace. But they had been doing their normal day-to-day activities, come in contact with people here and there. Nothing really strange to report.
Do you have a list of all those people?
I do not.
Okay.
Are you guys seeing the screen sharing?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
we do.
All right, so you guys are right here. In context, this is kind of the village that it's in. If you go out of the cemetery, you'll come to Ergon's cabin. He was the first one to come in contact with this. So, you guys want to go to that cabin, or did you want to go somewhere else?
I would like to make a move to get to the cabin. That's what I think
All right.
I'm all about.
Since
do it
we're not in
myself.
we're not in kind of any encounters, I'm not going to make you guys roll. It's a short walk. The entire party can move to that cabin. Ash, you want to that little hut just outside the nope, all the way at the bottom from the cemetery. That first little hut.
There's that up.
Yep, right outside that. So Ergon, he lived in a one-story, one-room log cabin at the edge of town. He was a good-natured. Uh, let's see. So, there is an NPC. Get that NPC out that I told you about, Adam.
Sure.
There's a female wood elf scout standing outside the front of the door guarding it. The townspeople are kind of a little jittery when it comes to strangers. It would probably be best for someone to talk to her before you try to make entry, even though the leader of the village said it was okay. She's doesn't know who you are.
Maybe our elvish sisters should give it a shot, seeing
Mhm.
female elf to female elf.
Who's that?
Ellen.
That's Ellen. Ellen, go
Or
ahead, talk to.
Ashley. Or Ashley.
I'm
Or
also
Ashley. Oh, okay.
it.
You guys seem tight.
Wait, so she's just standing there looking at us? What's happening?
Yeah.
She is guarding the outside of this little cabin.
I'm gonna whisper to Ashley, hey, I think you guys get along. Go ahead and
Getting out
talk
there,
to her.
talking.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
That
talk.
sounds slightly racist coming from
Hey,
someone.
Mike, shh, I'm trying to do this, man. I'm trying to do this.
Yeah,
Go-
So
honestly, that's not that nice.
What does her disposition look like right now? Like, what's her facial expression?
she's a rookie. She's good-natured. Her name is Mila Tenno. She's lawfully good. She's a female wood elf scout, but she's standing guard in front of the door. You can approach her and kind of explain while you're there to see if she'll let you
I'm
grant you
fine with
entry.
that.
Okay.
Yeah. Her name. So her name was Mila.
Milo.
Milo. Oh, okay.
Oh
so
no, you're right. Mila Tenno.
Mila Tenno. Okay, so I'll go and introduce myself. Hi, my name's Reynala. We just finished speaking with the chief of your village, and the unfortunate circumstances of what happened to this poor gentleman that used to live here, and we're just trying to help out and figure out what's going on. And he told us that we're free to check his abode if we wanted to help. So that's why
That's
we're here.
very kind of you. You all look very honest. I'll allow you entry.
Thank
So
you.
the ranger lets you in. It's a cramped but kind of cozy little place that the owner lived. There's an unmade bed. There's a cold fireplace that stands in there. Babe, if you want to set up that little corner spot, yeah, do some walls on the four corners. Don't use that fifth. And you can go ahead and put the prop of the fireplace in.
Don't use the fifth block, use the rest of them.
Yeah.
So it's just a square.
Yes. So there's an unmade bed that stands. There's a cold fireplace. There's a mantle with the head of some snarling beast with gray horns that you can't really make out. On the other side of the room, there's a small table strewn with dirty dishes. You can go ahead and put the pig prop on the deck too.
These pride
This
and
is
joy.
this is the favorite one I've painted. Yeah.
Hey, he
Yeah,
came out with a sword. Watch out.
Cosplay.
Dang.
So there's a table with dirty dishes and a kind of a dwarf-sized chair that stands before two empty shelves. The contents are scattered across the floor. There's kitchen utensils, dried food, adventuring gear. There's a few books.
Um,
So feel free to look around.
could I investigate the mantle? You said there was a mantle of a beast, since my character is monster hunter, if that's considered.
Sure. You're gonna let's go ahead and roll a d20 in nature. Let me look at your stats. Let me see.
Okay.
Where that's millet. I want to go back.
May I ask you, what's Hobby's racing? Hobby, what's your race?
Half orc.
A half orc, half human?
Yeah, or half orc, half human. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
And you're a lady?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're You're a woman. You're a woman orc.
No.
All right, so nature falls under an intelligence check. So go ahead and roll a d20 dice, Javi, if you want someone to roll it for you, or if you want to use the app, if you're gonna use the app, roll a d20.
All right, I'll use the app.
Okay.
To everyone, right? So it gives me option to do it to everyone. Roll to everyone.
Yeah, so that's everybody could see the results. That's fine.
Okay. 17.
Okay, so that's a
Wow.
-1 on intelligence, so that's an effective roll of a 16. Even though you're not you don't have a background so much in nature, you immediately recognize this thing on the that the mantle, it belongs to a Yeti that's found in Isle Cross. So even further north, you recognize this as a Yeti. And bear in mind, this is the DM talking to the actual people, not the player characters. If your player doesn't know something, whether or not you heard it in the room, you don't know it until the player shares it with you. Javi, having rolled an intelligence check successfully, found out what it is, he can decide to keep that from you or share it with the group.
I'll share it with you guys.
Okay,
So,
go ahead.
so it seems like he could be a hunter if he has a head of a Yeti. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. I haven't seen a Yeti myself in my travels, but that's quite an interesting piece there. I'm actually kind of curious to see if there's any journals. Maybe he wrote about his travels, perhaps. I did notice some books and whatnot. Would I be
Okay.
able to investigate that?
Absolutely. Roll a DC 20 for investigation. Let me just pull
Are
up.
there a lot?
There's a
Intelligence.
few. It's not a lot. So roll a
also
d20.
You got it. Let's see what we got here. 20, stand by. Rolling for everyone. Let's go. I got a 13.
All right. Well, let me look at your character and see if you have any buffs that would help you. Which one are you?
I am Vol Sleep Rest.
And that was an investigation, right? We did an investigation. So that's +1 on intellect. So what was your roll?
My roll was a 13.
So that's at a 14. So you effectively, let me check here.
Does everybody know about the proficiency stuff on those rolls?
No, what do you mean? Like,
If you have a proficiency in a certain stat, it'll have a black dot next to it, and then you add your proficiency to it.
yeah.
All
right.
When you said proficiency, for example, I'm looking at mine and it says there's strength, which is red, and then dexterity is black. Does that mean it's proficiency in that?
Yeah, if there's a black dot, that's you have a proficiency next to it. Yes.
What does white mean?
What is what?
What does white mean?
Like unshaded, yeah.
Is white just
Regular, you don't have proficiency in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you
okay.
just
What red is? I don't know.
because I have 4 black and 2 white.
Yeah, the black ones you have in proficiencies in. The white you don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so-
sorry.
so anything-
on my screen it was a red.
It varies
My
the
bad.
display a little bit.
yeah. Okay. All right. So you rolled what, Mike?
I rolled a 13, and then I have a +1 in investigation, so it's a 14 in my investigation of the books.
Okay, so you search through the books and you check and you find in one of the books there's a receipt that's been used for as a bookmark. It's a receipt's been dated 2 months ago. They indicated that Ergon sold several Arionian items that he found in Islecross, local to a unique shop. It's called Pelk's Curiosity. He got 1,000 gold pieces for it. The items that are listed were a dagger, a scroll case, a jade statue, a quiver with 20 arrows, a silver ring with jasper, and 2 blue glass vials.
All right. So
blue glass.
I decided to share this with the others, and I
He just hit
mentioned,
me in the
don't get violent, everybody. That comes later. So I just noticed here in this book, it seems like this is some sort of record of his. It looks like he sold several goods to a local store. It looks like it was called Pelk's Curiosity, was it?
Correct.
See you, Layla.
Correct.
Oh, she left. Layla had to go.
Looks like he was over there and he made quite the amount of coin there.
Yep.
A
You
lot of
can-
strange items there. You
Yeah,
said that he sold a jade statue, a ring.
Yep.
And was
Uh,
was this all at once? At one given time, you sold everything?
It looks like one transaction, if I'm not mistaken.
Looking like
But,
this guy
I mean,
had a.
Yeah, Mr. Moneybags there, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. It seems like he found these things in his travels, but I'm not sure where. It might be interesting if the owner of the shop was one of the people that he last talked to.
I think.
It could be worth noting for us to visit after here.
Something is curious as well that him along with um, the other dwarf, both Toby, both caught this same disease, and they both passed away. However, that means that they both have to have something in common. Are we able to, once we're done with this, are we able to go to Toby's cabin to see if there's something in common? Because they had to have either been in contact or at some point came in contact with an item or something that caused this.
Mm,
Absolutely. Togi's cabin is up on the, if you're looking at the pinned game table, the top left-hand corner of the screen is a little hut. That's where they are. And frame of reference, in the middle of the camp, you'll see that black roofed building. That is Pelk's Curiosities. Yep.
mm.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. No, that's a tavern. No, Pelk's is top right. That little hut, top right.
Gotcha.
Okay, so that's where he sold.
Yeah, that
Correct.
would be where he sold
Where he
those
sold
items.
those items.
What is interesting though is that there were some vials that he did sell as well. I'm wondering
Vials.
what the contents was of that.
Maybe they both ingested some. Do we know if has Millie? That's her name. Sorry,
The guard,
not
Mil-
Millie.
Mil- Mil-
Millie.
Mila?
No, no,
Mila?
no. I can't remember. The other dwarf that passed away, Toby. Sorry, Toby. Do we know if Toby ever went on any expeditions with this gentleman?
We'd have no idea.
Oregon, by any chance, perhaps they both came in contact with something in a strange vial or came in contact with if they were together.
It is interesting that there are two vials, both of them
Yeah.
that are mentioned here as being sold off. Who knows if they ingested it?
One piece of information that I forgot to tell you, having accepted this quest, Elro, the village elder, has offered to pay you 100 gold pieces if you can solve the mystery.
Mm.
Can I
Now we're
do
talking.
a check around the hut to see if there's anything that looks odd?
Um, yeah, I mean, you can do, let's see what that would be.
Perception, maybe?
Yeah, or an investigation check.
Go on.
Why don't you roll for perception, a d20.
Got it right here. I got a 1, but I got a bunch of ads on, so it's 11.
It's 11. Other than what you guys found, you do notice there's some adventuring equipment in the corner that consists of a silver maul, suit of splint armor the size for a dwarf, some bulky fur-lined clothing, a grappling hook, and a hooded lantern.
Okay.
Did you share that with everybody at your investigation? Good
I'm
sir.
doing
Look
some.
at that, I'm like, hey, look, there's stuff over there.
Wow, look,
I mean,
there is stuff indeed.
you guys have the option to take that stuff with you.
So what was there?
I'm
Yeah,
not really
yeah.
that interested in that. I'm happy with my master's bow. I trust that more than anything.
Yeah, so
Look-
there's most of the stuff is, there's a silver maul, And most of the armor is dwarf size, obviously. There's fur-lined clothing for a dwarf. There's a grappling hook and a hooded lantern.
I'll take the
take the
grappling
flash.
hook. Oh, you want the grappling hook? Go ahead. I'll give it to you, man.
No, no, you take it. I'm
Go
good.
ahead, Allie. I'll give it to you.
No, no.
All
you
right, then.
take it.
Then Pudgy gets it because he asked to.
Right.
All right. There also is a lantern. It seems to be in working order.
I could take the lantern.
All right.
I'd like to point out that the Sun Elf is harassing me a little bit and saying things about my master Fleesa and her archery skills. So
Yeah, that's
if you
between
guys all
guys.
hear anything coming from this Sun Elf, then yeah, let me know.
Got it.
Thanks, man.
What?
All right,
Appreciate it.
so I leave the cabin looking frustrated.
What?
I still want to look around in the cabin.
Say that again.
I want to still look around in, like, I'm still inside the cabin.
Oh.
Did nobody check the like messed up table, right?
No, you can make a perception or an investigation check with a d20.
Yeah, I want to do that.
All right, so go ahead and roll a d20.
I got a 16.
16, and then
I gotta take a bathroom break.
Yep, that's wisdom,
think-
perception. 16 plus 4, you rolled a 20.
Plus
So
4.
you
Whoa.
you look around the cabin, and really, aside from the foodstuffs on the ground, nothing really looks of note. It's been pretty well. It's pretty bare. And you get the sense that because he was traveling for a year, he didn't really have a lot of possessions other than the adventuring equipment that Morgrim found and the mounted head on the wall that Javi's character noticed was a Yeti, and the strange receipts among the books. There's really nothing else. So are you guys done in this cabin? You can exit. You can
That
talk.
fur coat that you
What's
said?
that?
I take that fur coat. You said a
Yep.
fur line. Take that.
Yeah, if you guys want to write down what you took, that way we can add it to the app later as some.
Yeah, I'm adding it in my inventory.
All right. So if you're taking the rest of the armor, Allie, you took the grappling. Oh no, Adam, you took the grappling hook, and Javi took the lantern.
No, that was me. I took the lantern.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Miguel. So as you guys make your way out, you can the ranger is still stationed outside. You can ask her any questions. She's new to being a ranger, but you get the sense that she knows Elro and she's lived in this village. So if there's anything you want to ask her on your way out, or you can go to one of the houses or Pelk's Curiosities, it's up to you.
I find the ranger, Mila, her name is correct.
Correct.
All right, I find the ranger to be rather adorable, being a fellow elf. So I would like to, offer to teach her some shooting sometime once this whole mission is all said and done.
That would be lovely. I look forward to learning from you.
Very good. I'm just building connections.
Okay.
Yes,
I,
you seen anything strange?
What's that?
Huh?
She said, seen anything strange coming from around the area?
So she's comfortable with you, and she mentions that she's been a resident of Pellbank Village for a while, and she mentions that the only thing she does know that Pelk's Curiosity was robbed and vandalized about 2 months ago. So around the same time frame as, the transactions that Mike's character found, the Pelk's Curiosities was burglarized and vandalized.
Was that before or after?
She doesn't know. She just knows it was around the same. It was about 2 months ago.
Okay.
Can I ask her? I wanted to ask Mila if she was close to him.
She
if he
didn't.
ever-
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, that was yeah. I was just saying, was she like close to him? Maybe she heard anything of him. Like, did she hear any stories about him and his travels? Perhaps.
No, just that he liked to go adventuring. He kept to himself when he was in the village. He's very nice, but he didn't talk to a lot of people. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Did you ever see him communicating with Toby?
They knew each other, obviously they're dwarves, but whether or not they got together outside his cabin, I'm not sure. There's a inn in the center of town where people go to drink. It's possible that he could go there.
Okay, thank you, fellow elf. I guess
You go
we
talk.
could. No, I'm sorry.
You shaved.
I was gonna say perhaps we could not only look at Toby's house or cabin, we could also take a look. Okay. We could also take a look at the
Elk's
the bar.
Curiosities?
Sorry. Yeah, the
The
bar.
bar?
We could
Okay.
take a look at the bar and also the store that he traded in those goods.
Yeah, most definitely. I would like to visit Pelk's Curiosities, but if you wish to visit the bar, my good elf, then by all means.
She was not in the bar. She's
Dwarf, I go to the bar.
I was talking to him. I'm talking to my son elf brother over here.
Oh.
But if anybody else wishes for a drink to warm up before we continue, I'm all for it. But I'm very interested in visiting Pelk's Curiosities to see if there's any corroboration with these items being sold and to find out what exactly they were.
Yeah, me too.
I think going to collect information and also getting a nice ale or maybe some mead can warm us up on our travels there.
Unless you have your priorities straight.
I was just wondering if
Same with helping that wood elf learn how to shoot, huh?
That's just me offering an expert service.
Ah, I see.
That's all that was.
Now that makes sense. Priorities, right?
Priorities.
I was just wondering if the elf knew if either of the deceased had any good friends in the town that we could also visit.
The tavern in the center is run by one of their friends. It's called the Jolly Dwarf. It's run by Arl Bortok. He's a mountain dwarf. He's a veteran. Talk to him.
Thank you.
Can we split up, or do we have to all stick in the same area?
Nope. If you guys want to split up and do separate things,
Well, I like to check at what's it called?
The tavern.
Not the tavern.
Oh, the other hut.
What's it called? The store? What's it called?
The place that was broken into.
Yeah.
What
Elk's
was the name of the
Curiosities?
person?
The cure. Yeah.
Tulgi. Tulgi is yeah. That is up in directly above. That's if you're looking at the table. If you're looking at the table, it's the upper left hand corner. That's Tulgi's cabin.
Yeah, Toby's cabin. I want to go check that place out.
You want to if you're in an unfamiliar town, if you guys want to split up, that's fine. If you don't, there's safety in numbers.
I think I myself that drink. What better way to get information than to talk to some of the locals? Then maybe I can ask about that store. So I'll head over to the Jolly Dwarf for now if anyone wishes to join me.
I shall go. Something's wrong. I shall go also to the tavern.
The Jolly
Okay.
Dwarf.
Yeah.
Jolly Dwarf.
You guys go
Did
to
it
the.
freeze up on? Oh, we're
I'll
good.
go to the
Yeah,
tavern.
we
I'll
can't
go to the-
Oh, we
All
lost
right,
audio.
so Ash, go
Hold
ahead
on,
and
technical difficulties.
hold on, babe. So you're gonna move Michael and Sean to the cabin right in front of you. That one with the black roof. That's the Jolly Dwarf. Yep.
I'm gonna go there too.
All right. So move Ellen's character to the Jolly Dwarf.
This guy. Just knocked houses over.
Now, is
Sorry, we
everybody
lost
going to the
audio.
Ellen's character.
is everybody going to the Jolly Dwarf or just them?
I'd like to go to Toby's cabin.
Okay,
So-
so move that half orc to Tolgi's cabin. Up in
And
the-
This Toby
I'll go
cabin.
with Bobby.
Tolgi's cabin's top left, so right above the cemetery.
so me and Javi are going there then, huh?
Yes,
Well,
sir.
we-
I'm going here. Javi and Miguel. are going
Yes.
Javi and Miguel are. I think everybody else is going here.
So who's up in front of Tolgi's cabin?
I'll go there too. This is Ellen.
Ashley.
Yeah.
The more the merrier.
Adam.
My name is Val, not Mike.
No, the archer.
I'd like to go to Toby's cabin.
Yeah, Michael's over here.
Oh.
So we have
The only two going over to the other cabin are Miguel and Javi, right?
and Ashley.
And Ashley.
Or Renala.
Right now, yeah.
Javi,
All right.
is your half orc attractive?
To certain tastes.
She's got B cups.
Yes.
We painted her, so we know.
Watch yourself.
Yeah, we
Val.
They're a full C.
Okay. Well, there you go.
What
All right.
what have I done?
So the majority, it's safe to say that the majority of the group has gone to the Jolly Dwarf. We'll start there. So you guys enter. You guys don't have to do anything with the map because there's nothing really to investigate inside. You could talk to people. You walk in. It's a pretty spacious thing. There's some. The village consists of mostly dwarves and elves. There's stuff, maybe one or two humans. It's not very common. You see some people sitting at the bar and tables. They're playing various games. You do see the owner behind the bar. His name is Arl Bortok. He's kind of chatting with some patrons. If you guys want to walk up and talk to him.
Okay. Sorry, his name was All of Bortok.
Arl.
Arl, A-R-L, Bortok. Yeah.
Bortok. Okay. Thank you. Barkeep.
Yeah, I'll go talk to him.
Okay. So you walk up and he's not really. You get under the circumstances that you would think if you were an outsider and you weren't a dwarf, he might be standoffish, but he sees you walk up, he says, "Hi, what can I get you, laddie?"
I would like an L, like some information. I put down a gold coin.
It's 1 silver. Since you're a dwarf, I'll front you this time. Next time you're gonna pay for me. What do you want to know?
I want to know about where those two other elves went or dwarves went. The one that died and I don't know the other guy's names.
Oh, you're talking about Tulgi. Ugh. He lives up above the graveyard. He's a jerk.
Is there any reason in particular? I come up behind our Mr. Dwarf, and I ask as well. I'm with him, by the way.
He's a jerk too.
Oh, well, thank you very much. We're trying to be professional, right? We're investigators.
Freaking elves.
He keeps to himself, Tulgi. And she, rather. You can't tell with dwarves. We all look the same, don't we? But she keeps to herself. She's got a bit of a sticky finger, if you know what I mean. She's not welcome here.
I walk up behind Val.
You can have her. She has sticky fingers.
I walk up behind Val. But his sticky fingers, has she personally borrowed things of yours? Or
Borrowed? No! Sticky fingers, she steals things.
So
Is that what they call it in the Elfish? Borrowed?
Has she stolen anything from Ergon?
I doubt it. No one would be that stupid.
Is Ergon does Ergon strike fear into a lot of people?
Not fear, respect.
I see. It's a shame about his passing. So I take it the two of them didn't get along, but was there any reason for the two of them to ever interact with each other?
Oh, the dwarfs, aren't they? I'm sure.
I see.
I've seen them drink together.
Gotcha. So at least we're on speaking terms, even if one was respectable and the other one was a bit of a thief.
Aye.
When was the last time you saw them together?
Oh, 2 months ago. Around the time the shop was burgled.
The shop was burgled. Are you referring
Pelks.
to Pelk's Curiosity?
Aye.
Do you think Sticky Fingers did it?
Well, anything's possible.
Do you know what they stole from Pelps?
No.
So it was just a group or individual who went in and stole items.
That I can tell you.
Okay. Thank you.
No,
Dwarvish.
by all means, go ahead.
Hmm?
I was just going to ask one more question, just to say that, do you know anything about the owner of Pelk's Curiosities, the type of individual they are?
Yeah, it's an elf. She keeps to herself. It's Verga Pelk. Pelk is her last name.
Understood. Thank you very much, sir. You've been a wonderful help.
Can I lead up to him and speak in Dwarvish to him?
Sure.
Is there any other information you have from?
He looks over his shoulder. There's other dwarves around, and he tells you basically everything that he knows about the situation. He's told your friends. He does appreciate the fact that you're speaking to him in another language in case there was, and if he could tell you something, he would, but he has no additional information.
All right. Thank you, brother.
So at this point, I'm going to leave the bar and make my way towards the store.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So while you guys are leaving, we will hop over to Tulgi's cabin, where we have, I believe, Ashley's character, Miguel, and who else went there?
Avi.
All right.
And Allie. I mean,
Oh, Allie too.
All right. Move Allie there. I guess she didn't go in the bar. The gnome.
I'm a good
Okay.
gnome.
So there's.
It's the Scooby Crew.
All right. So there's 4 people outside there. So you guys walk up to this cabin. It's a snow-covered cabin. It looks pretty peaceful. It's quiet outside. The windows, you notice, are shuttered, but there's a stream of smoke piping through the chimney. So obviously there's a roaring fire in there.
Is someone home?
Tulgi's cabin is a 1-story log cabin, not unlike Ergon's cabin. So
can I knock on the door?
Yep.
yeah, I mean you knock on the door. You can walk up and knock on the door.
I'm gonna look through a window.
The windows are shuttered. You can't see them.
How big is this? How big is the tavern? Cabin.
It's a
cabin-
1-story cabin.
The 1-story cabin, but it's about 12 feet high.
12 feet high.
Yep.
So
Go ahead, up.
Ashley knocks on the door. Does anyone answer, or is there any noise, any commotion?
So you hear a very gruff female voice calling from the other side, telling you to go away. She doesn't want to be bothered with you people.
Can I walk around? Because I didn't know there was anybody in there at first. Am I able to go walk around the perimeter?
You can walk around the perimeter, although you don't see anything other than four walls, smoke coming out of the chimney, 12-foot high roof. There doesn't seem to be any way that you can, other than possibly try climbing through the roof. I mean, there's options. I can't tell you what those are.
Yeah. You know what? Let me try climbing the roof.
Oh my god.
Listen, I'm a Dragonborn barbarian.
Hey, Basilisk, let's settle down. I'm gonna talk to you. Let's settle down. Okay.
Listen.
Let me reason. Let me reason with
Go
him.
ahead, talk to him.
I
Go
don't
ahead,
think
talk to
that's
him.
a very wise idea.
All right, thank you, Ashley. I appreciate you.
What's your name again?
Iron Tooth.
Iron Tooth?
So who would like to talk to her?
Iron Tooth. Iron Tooth.
Listen, little tooth. What do you need to say?
Say again, Miguel. You cut out for me.
I said, listen, little tooth. What did you want to say to me? You stopping me from climbing the roof. What do you want to say?
Be more reasonable. Let's reason with this woman first. And I decided to talk through the door, and I asked her, we have some questions in regards to certain dwarves in the area. Could we speak with you?
And what did she say after that?
Go away.
Exactly.
All right, so I'm gonna use my intimidation points. Could I use my intimidation points here?
Let me go back to so. Yeah, I mean, let's see. Yeah, you can try to intimidate her. The door is pretty thick. Outside the cabin, like I said, on the four walls, they're shuttered and latched from the inside. But you could try forcing the window open, or you could try breaking the door down. It's up to you guys.
All right, before I do that, how do you guys feel about me just going in? Should I do this? Should we do this?
I think that is a
Wait for a reply though.
The one that was about to climb the roof.
Climb the roof and try to sneak in? Yeah, sure, no problem. Instead of
I think he wanted to say something.
Allie?
go ahead.
I before you do anything, I just wanted to tell her who's inside. I wanted to say we're actually here to help. We're not here to bother anybody. We're trying to figure out what's going on. We want to prevent anything bad from happening to anyone else.
Okay, so you're trying to. So go ahead and you get a roll a d20.
Okay.
You trying to convince her?
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna roll a d20 in. Let me see. Where's your character? Millet rolled a 10. Let me see what you got.
Persuasion is charisma.
Yeah.
So +3.
Okay, so you rolled a 10, so that's a 13.
Should
So
we?
nope. So you convince Togi to open the door.
Yeah.
Nice job, Millet.
Thank you.
Nice job, little one.
Man, why are you calling everybody little?
Because
So
I'm
you guys,
a big
so she
giant
opens the door.
Dragonborn barbarian.
She opens the door.
know.
Let's see.
Is Miguel still on the roof?
He
No, I
never
never got a
started.
chance to because you guys talked to me.
Stop.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
yeah.
she
That's
opens the
crazy.
door and she opens the door and she lets you into the cabin and you notice that in the corner of this cabin she has two very large wolves that you're so thankful that you guys didn't break through the door because you're quite sure that those wolves would have attacked as soon as you broke the door down.
I haven't finished with animals, so I'm like,
So
it's fine.
yeah, and that would not have helped you if there was an attack though. So so she comes in, you guys come in, it's pretty hot in there. You notice there's a brazier that's been lit and a
Put all them in.
she tells you that she only knows that there was an affliction that killed Urgon and that she's looking for a cure.
We want to help too. We're also looking for a cure, but we're also trying to figure out what caused it in the first place. Do you have any idea?
So go ahead and roll a d20 in persuasion.
What's the person's name we were talking to again?
Talgi.
Togi?
Togi.
Tulgi.
I rolled a 5 plus
A
3.
5 plus 3. She's hesitant to tell you anything other than that she's looking for a cure.
What have you found out so far?
She doesn't want to talk to you guys anymore.
Dang.
We
I mean,
can't
you can
don't
you could
talk
try
her.
to you guys can try to persuade her. I mean, Allie
Yeah, let's
failed
try.
her.
Even though I don't have no persuasion points.
Who's gonna talk to her?
I feel like we should leave that to Allie.
Yeah, Allie's a good one.
Allie already
I
failed.
Okay. I know that this is a really sensitive situation. I understand that this is terrifying, but we truly are trying to help. We don't know why this is happening. We want to figure out why. We're not going to try to get anybody in trouble. We just want to prevent this from happening. And we also would like to find a cure too. And don't you think that we would work better together than just on our own?
So, having failed your previous persuasion check, she's not convinced. You get the sense that only someone maybe intimidating her would loosen her.
Oh boy.
I'm toothless. Let's get it.
I think that's their basilisk.
Yeah, that's not a me move.
Now it's time to come through the roof.
Now can I climb?
So,
Hold on.
Are we leaving?
No, they're trying to intimidate.
Okay.
I'll take the hit on this one. I'll intimidate her, and I demand for answers.
All right, go ahead and
From
roll
her.
a d20.
4.
Hold
Dang,
on.
I got jacked up.
Hold
Can
on,
I
let me
try
see
now?
what you-
Dude, you just want to climb on the roof for some reason, like,
No,
like you just,
Apparently,
you
you
just
can't intimidate anybody.
bro.
Yeah,
Get
so she's not convinced. She looks at you and kind of scoffs, even though you're a pretty sizable half orc. You get the sense that in a fight she may scrap, and your intimidation tactics don't work on her.
Can I just observe to see if she has any of those like blue markings on her body, like how far they've come along without saying anything?
Um, yeah, why don't you roll a DC 20 for wisdom?
Got a 3. But my wisdom is a +4.
Ooh, so that's a 7. You
Oh.
don't notice anything out of the ordinary. She doesn't look sick. But other than that, nothing.
Oh, guess you gonna die then. I'm gonna start walking out.
There's nothing else we can do. So
So I literally say that as I walk out. I guess you're just gonna die by yourself then. Goodbye.
Real quick, can I, while standing there, is there anything noticeable around the area inside that is like that shows like a cool detail or something?
You need to roll. You need to roll a d20 for perception. It's a wisdom check.
Oh god, I got it. Okay. I'll do it right now. What was it? Every roll? This one? Do I
can't see.
As soon as they said wisdom check, Ellen laughs.
everyone? Alright, so it's rolling right now. Okay, so I got a 12.
Minus 1.
Minus
So
1.
it's an 11.
oh, you might get some there.
So you do notice, oddly enough, that Togi has this ornate blade that's shielded and tucked underneath her shirt.
Okay. Can I call her out on it?
I don't get the sense that she's gonna hand it over.
Not hand it over, but I'll be like, why is she being so defensive? I'm gonna interrogate her now my way. Why is she being defensive? Why is she holding a knife under there? Is she hiding something?
So you want to try to intimidate her?
I want to do that. Yep. I want to intimidate her, whatever I have to do.
So that's going to be an intimidation check. Go ahead and
Listen, you roll
Could-
the 4. Stay out of this one.
Could I make a could I ask a question, Basilisk?
yeah.
What?
Did you want to ask her if there's been any danger around the village?
I'll ask her on that part. Yeah. Can I ask if there was any danger? Why does she feel unsafe?
You got to roll you got to roll a d20
Got it.
and
All right.
intimidate. Try to intimidate her.
I'm going to intimidate her. So, rolling 17.
Dang.
17. You don't get any plus. You got a +0 on intimidation, but
Where do you see that for the?
I'm looking at your basilisk flame heart. Intimidation is under charisma. You have no charisma, so you don't get any perks.
Got it.
But what did you roll? A 17?
17, yeah.
So she starts spilling her guts. She's so scared of you. She's almost talking so fast. She tells you she came back to Paleback Village a few years back from Shady Creek Run.
Excuse me.
Okay, so say again.
She came back to Paleback Village a few years ago from Shady Creek Run with her sister, Hulil, who's another dwarf. They both worked for the Autolot family. The Autolots sent the sisters to a few villages to keep an eye out for treasures coming back from Islecross, that with them intent on stealing them, like things like artifacts, small,
What was the name of the family they worked for?
the Autolots,
How do you spell-
Utto lots.
And this was at Pullback Village?
Paleback, the village you're at. Paleback Village. Palebank.
Okay. Yeah.
So when she tells you then when Ergon returned from Palebank with treasures from Islecross, she saw her chance and she waited for Ergon to sell them at Pelk's Curiosity, and she went and stole them all.
Oh,
Okay.
And then Tulgi gave most of Ergon's relics to her sister. She kept one for herself, that ornate dagger.
Could you repeat that again? What you said before?
What part? So
what she stole?
She stole everything that Ergon sold to Pelk's. She broke into Pelk's Curiosities and stole all the things that Ergon stole or sold there, with the exception of the dagger that she's hiding under her robes. And she kind of begrudgingly, because she's so scared, she hands the weapon over to Basilisk just to be shed of it.
I want to ask about the blue vials.
She doesn't specifically remember everything, but she says that all the other things that she stole from Pelk's is with her sister. They're on the north side of the village at a place known as Croker's Cave.
Croker's Cave.
And she does tell you that she was the one that kind of ransacked Ergon's cabin, just to see if he had any magic or other secrets stored away. She didn't find anything else after.
disrespectful.
So you said she stored a bunch of the items in this cave?
She gave it to her sister, and she's in a village that's known as Croker's Cave. It's to the north of where we are now.
Good then.
How do you guys feel about finding her sister?
I would like to go find her sister.
This is quite the mystery.
Indeed it is.
All right,
yeah,
so you
I
guys-
forgot to ask real quick. What did she give me again? What did she hand me over?
She gave
Sword.
you she gave you a very ornate dagger.
Give me 1 second. Dagger. I'm keeping that.
It's an uncommon weapon, and you get a +1 bonus attack on damage rolls. It's a magical weapon.
Cool. What else did she give me?
That's it.
Okay,
That's
that's
the
it.
only thing she kept for herself. Yeah, and she handed it over because she's so scared of you.
Big bag.
Much obliged. Thank you.
Dang,
Next
man. And I'm the one with the intimidation points.
And you
Still
still roll
couldn't
the 4.
You see, you still roll the goose egg. So are you guys done here? You get the sense from Tolgi that she's doesn't want you at her place anymore because she's scared of the Dragonborn guy that just took her only piece of thing that she got from Ergon.
Does
I'm
she
a
want
Dragonborn and a barbarian. I will rip people apart.
Wow, what a mean guy. Of course, I don't know any of this.
Does she want to come with us?
She says no, she has no interest. She wants to be just as far away from this situation as she can.
Okay.
Is there any additional information that she has that she could at least recollect before we go?
She insists that everything that she's told you so far is everything that she knows.
If we find anything else, we will be back.
I mean, you can do
Wow.
you can check to see if she's lying. Someone can.
I would like to roll that.
You don't have any charisma, so you can try.
Actually, no. Actually, you
I
the
have.
gnome. So whoever has the most charisma. Who is
Yeah,
it?
I'm just outside in the cold. I'm just outside shivering.
So you come back in.
Huh? You yelling for me?
Yes, you come back in.
You're a mean dude, Basilisk.
It's cold out there.
Warm up real quick and tell her that we'll be
Warm
back.
up real
There's
quick.
anything else?
Yeah, it's cuddle with the wolves there for a minute.
Yes. So what does she have to do now, Ed?
What did I
You
miss?
gotta.
Just warming yourself up at a stranger's house.
Yep.
I don't. So Ashley was outside here for this conversation.
That's why I said, what did I miss?
Okay,
There's
real quick.
There's nothing. She wasn't in the room, so a persuasion or a perception check is not going to help you here. If she was in the room when you were questioning her, she probably could have got the sense of whether or not Tulgi was lying to you. But since she was outside, she didn't witness the interaction, so she wouldn't be able to do anything.
What about the gnome? Does she have any charisma or any buff ups on that?
What
Right.
about the gnome?
I have a +3. I can roll.
Yep. All right, roll then.
All right.
What?
You just called her a gnome, bro.
She is a gnome.
That's what.
She has it.
My phone just died.
No way, really?
Yeah. Can someone else?
Do you want
What is
Ashley
this
to roll?
phone you
Here,
speak of?
you want me to roll? Babe, roll a d20. Adam, show. Adam, show up.
No, we have
We have D20s. Hold on.
My wife's got a dice set here. Oh yeah. If you got a d20, Allie can roll it herself. But if you want Ashley to do it, we have it on the table.
Here, pick your favorite. Weird.
I think they're gonna roll.
I did.
One hour later. I think I'll pick this one.
All right.
All right, ready?
Go.
What is it, Mike?
Oh my gosh, you have to go read it for you.
What is it? That?
8.
8 +3.
So at 11. Let me just check the. Check.
All right, I'll turn on the light real quick. What? No, we have to.
Hey, you guys are in the dark.
Yeah, no, we're. I'm turning it on right now.
Chippew.
Bear with me here. I'm trying to find the section on
Oh,
price
I'm hungry.
checks. So I would consider this a pretty easy task. She's pretty shaken up. You rolled a what was it? What was your total? 11?
11, yeah.
Yeah, so your perceptive abilities tell you that she's 100% telling the truth.
Okay, cool.
She doesn't know any more than what she's told you, and she just wants to be away from all this.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you
So-
for your information.
So, so since I'm outside the house, could I check around? See if there's anything that might stand out to me.
I
Yeah,
just
roll
did that earlier.
Roll
You
it.
did that inside the house though.
No, I'm talking about outside. Before
Oh.
we even went in, I
He
walked
walked
around.
around, but he didn't. If you want to check around the outside of the house, roll a d20.
Okay. And Basilisk didn't notice anything at all?
He didn't. He just walked around the outside of the house. He didn't. He didn't look at anything.
Investigate. Alright.
No.
I got a 1.
Other than the snow on the ground, you don't notice anything at all.
Can I walk around one more time, investigate, just in case, to cover all our bases, since Tiny Tooth here couldn't do it right.
If this guy gets more
mean-
than 10, I'm logging off for the night.
I didn't realize basilitis has OCD.
Go ahead and roll a d20.
20? Rolling?
Yep.
13.
Hey.
So a 13 is, this is relatively easy as well. You don't notice anything other than what you saw initially, the smoke coming out of the cabin. You can hear her moving inside and the wolves, but nothing out of the ordinary that you would notice. She doesn't seem to be hiding anything. There's nothing on the outside of the cabin. Everything she has is stored in there. There's nothing outside.
Okay, thank you.
So you guys make your way out.
First time, just for good measure.
Oh my god.
I'm just leaving now.
Okay.
Towards the pub.
So you guys start heading towards the pub. So we turn our attention back to the original gang that just left the pub. You guys make your way to Pelk's Curiosities, right? That's where you guys were heading.
Indeed.
Okay, so you make it to the outside of Pelk's. Let me just bring up the information on Pelk's.
Here, I think this is Elks, right?
Pelk's is no the one next to it, at the corner of the map.
One.
Yep. No, babe, not those people. The people in front of the pub are going to outside of Pelk's. The people that you just brought over are still over on the other side of the village. Yeah.
Sorry, I dropped you on your head, Miguel.
That's fine. I'm hard-headed.
2 damage points.
So you guys walk up to Pelk's. It's a kind of a unique antique shop, and it's a 2-story, 1-story, 2-room log cabin. The windows are shuttered. The cabin has a sign that reads "Pelk's Curiosities" with an image of a curving dragon that's used in the shape of a letter P. The shop looks like it's closed, but the front door is slightly ajar.
Gotcha. So I would like to
I would like to.
listen, Elf. Only I can call him that. So I go up to the front of the door. I don't walk in, but I kind of just creak it open ajar and knock on the door and say, "Hello, is anybody in there?"
I'm going to do you one better. I'm going to also at the door say in Elvish, hello, is anybody there?
He's
They're
just
not
trying to
inside.
me out.
I'm gonna do-
So go ahead, both of you roll a d20,
Sure.
and you're gonna be rolling perception.
How do I roll?
Okay, here we go. Let's go.
Roll.
Perception. Oh, dang.
I got a 4.
I got a 6.
Okay. It was better.
And I have a, hold on a second. I also got a, pulling up my abilities here. What do I got here? Trying to see if I have anything in perception.
So you got a +1, and that is one of your proficiency bonus. So you get an effective +3. So you get an additional 2 out of that. So what was your roll?
My roll was a 6, so I get an 8 out of that.
Dang, I only got a
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You don't notice anything out of the ordinary. There's no answer from inside.
Gotcha.
What did you roll, Sean?
6.
Let me look at your.
Well, in total, because I have a +2 for perception.
You have a +2. Are you proficient in that?
Yes.
Perception. So you get a +4 because you get a +2 plus a proficiency bonus of 2.
I'm looking at this correctly.
You have a for perception, yeah. You oh no, that's your wisdom. Perception's
Yeah, it's
yeah,
wisdom.
perception's a +2, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so it's a +2. Then you have a. Would you roll a 6?
So I only rolled a 4, so it would just
So
be
you
a,
got 6.
yeah.
Yeah, just like the other elf, you didn't notice anything.
Except his
don't-
Elvish is worse than my English, so.
Yeah. Okay.
No. Can I roll for it too?
Oh, you have glasses.
Um, yep, you can if you want to creep up to the door and do a wisdom check and perception. Roll a d20.
Ellen's with us.
Yeah. Our other Elvish sisters with us.
She was in the. She was in
I'm
the.
always
So
invisible.
you rolled a 9, Ellen.
Too quiet.
And let's see, wisdom, and so you have an 11. Let's see if that's enough. So, as you approach the door, you hear some whispers of voices behind the door coming from deep inside the cabin, and some footsteps coming from inside the cabin.
It's kind of creepy.
Did you hear anything, my Elvish sister?
Yes, I heard some whispers and footsteps.
You would have heard with your beautiful elf ears.
No.
Perhaps we should go see what's going on inside there, since the door is just ajar and the windows are shuttered. It's a little suspicious.
Yeah, probably.
So you guys are gonna try to get in.
Yeah, ain't this the same spot that got ransacked?
Yeah, it is.
So I'm gonna need you guys to roll since you heard whispering, you're gonna need to do a stealth check. So roll a d20. It's gonna count towards dexterity, which is stealth.
Who's
Okay.
that? Everybody, including me. I wasn't trying to get in, but
Everybody that's gonna plan on going into the cabin.
Also,
Oh.
too, I have a perk that I can be slightly obscured by even like this. I can be obscured by like the smallest thing. Like I can hide easy, I believe was the description.
Okay.
I got a 17 in total.
All right, let me roll.
All right, I guess
Hi.
I have disadvantage on stealth.
I've got a 17, and I have 4 dexterity, +4 to my dexterity rather. So that means 21, correct?
Okay. Yep. That's a 21. And Sean rolled a 17. What did you roll, Pudge?
Let's see, I had 13, then a 9, so I take the 9, so I have a 9.
Okay. And Ellen, what did you roll?
A 6.
Okay. 6. I'm gonna say there's only 4 of you, right?
Yeah.
So we'll average up. So you guys successfully enter the front of the shop, relatively unseen. Not sure if you were heard, but as you go in, you can see that there's from the hold on a second. So there you can see there's 5 cloaked figures that are ransacking the shop. There's broken debris on the floor, furniture shelves. And since 2 of you failed the stealth check, Pudge, you walk in and you kind of trip over your battle axe and you kind of fall to one knee. Ellen sneezes, and the 5 cloaked figures turn their attention to you. Everybody roll for initiative, a D20, because you are entering combat.
Oh, here we go. Way to go, guys.
Yeah.
Got 10.
I got
Okay.
15.
A 19.
And
No.
I got a.
What do you got? What do you have plus for initiative?
Hold on. How do we look at that again?
It should say at the top of your character sheet there. You should have an-
Pudge, you got what, a 10?
10, yeah.
Okay. Ellen, you
initiative.
got a what?
I rolled a 15 with a +4 initiative.
So
I have a-
19.
Same deal here. I also have a 19 total, 15 plus 4.
I have a 19 plus 3, so 22.
22. Okay. All right. So let me go set the board up because I need to get some NPCs in there. I'll be right back.
Let's go. First battle of the campaign.
Damn it! I wanted to get into battle.
Yeah, bro.
Ellen walked in with me and was like, "Oh, it reeks of porn."
It's a poor.
Are Ellen and I the only nobles?
Yeah, you
I'm not
have soft fingers and
I'm not
I
soft.
like middle class.
Look at my stats. I'm literally a warrior.
yeah, you're soft. Like a pretty boy
Like your
warrior.
mother. That's why your teacher's
You're like
dead.
Marth.
That's why your teacher's dead. That's why your
I'm
teacher's
guts.
dead.
You're Marth.
That's why your teacher's dead.
Yeah, it gives me fuel to my combat.
Fuel to what?
I fight
Not
for a
raising up
reason.
your
I wasn't
girl?
raised with a silver spoon.
Yeah,
in
because
my
you were
mouth.
poor. How's that my fault?
Yeah, because I have character.
No, because you're poor.
Right. Greenwich, okay?
And you grew up in the slums.
Exactly.
and your teacher's dead.
Yeah, we got better takeout than you do.
No.
So
Yeah, better takeout was in your teacher got took out.
that's all you got. That's all you got.
Just like
The hate on
your mom
hate on my
and your dad that left you in the freezing cold.
correction, my mom left me in the freezing
Yeah,
cold.
because she's dead.
Yeah, she is. Bill's character, only the strong survive.
Yeah,
Like
I don't
me.
know. That's why you're here trying to save your master. Your master probably wasn't that strong because she's dead.
I'm about to initiate PvP.
All I gotta do is throw some cash at your head and it'll hurt.
I'm just gonna stay out of that.
Right, my fellow rich, beautiful elf.
All right, so the person with the highest initiative goes first. Sean, that's you. You guys are all standing at the threshold. You can see where those characters are. You can pick one and make a move.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. I am lost in terms of the battle. I'm trying to think of it as in like a Baldur's Gate type of deal.
Yep.
So I can do a basic attack, right? And I'm trying to look for my weapon. I know I have a great sword, I think.
Let me look at your character.
Probably
Let's see
had
what
to
you got
equip it. Go to your inventory and try to equip
Yeah,
it.
make sure you equip whatever weapon you're going to use.
Oh, yeah, okay. Where do I go for that part?
Yeah, I had. Sorry, hold on. I'm looking now. My bad.
Where do you go to equip
That's what I'm
stuff?
saying. How do I go to equip it?
I think you got,
Go to your inventory, right?
So
yeah,
do I go to equipment? Do I click equipment?
Yeah.
Yep.
Current inventory. Okay, so my current inventory. Okay. I have a light
You have a-
crossbow. And
Yeah, you have a great
great
sword, you have a lance, and you have a crossbow and some bolts.
Okay, and we're relatively close to these people, or we're like far away from them.
So I put your guys. Let's see. let me
Sorry,
pin-
sorry. Let me look.
I mean, we're in the same cabin, so
Yeah. So I mean, if you were to use a bow and arrow, you could probably hit one of them. You can target. I think you can. One of your actions, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you can move. You can make movements and then launch an attack.
Yes.
That
Okay.
So if you have a walking speed of 30 feet, let me just see.
Ooh, I'm proficient. I'm proficient in greatsword.
Trying to
Did you
remember
actually-
what.
How did you equip it exactly?
Oh, look.
Go to manage inventory.
It's a wield.
Okay, so I go to
Like wielding. Yeah,
Oh.
go to your
I'm in my inventory right now. I got this sword thing.
what's your sword? What's your weapon?
I have a short sword and I have a long
It looks
bow.
like it's a quick
What do you want to use, Sean? A bow or a great sword?
So I have the movement speed of 30, which means I could reach one of them, right?
Yeah, because I think the spaces are equal to 5 feet, I think. So that would give you 6 spaces, a movement speed. Yeah, your action would give you 6 spaces.
Okay, so I could get to them and successfully land a melee attack.
most
You-
of them are in 6 pieces. Yeah.
Yeah, so you could pick one and move to them.
Okay, you know what? I think it would be wise for me to hit them with a crossbow because if I walk up and if I don't kill this guy, then I'm gonna be standing next to two of them.
Yeah, just go for it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
All right,
shoot.
I just equipped your crossbow for you.
Thank you. I am going to attack with the crossbow.
Let me see what the distance for the crossbow is.
80 feet. Light crossbow is 80.
80 feet. Can someone count the square? How many squares are between you guys?
The closest one was within 5 squares. I think the farthest is like 10 squares.
So that's 25 feet.
Should be able to hit it then. Yeah,
Okay.
you're within range. You can hit it.
So I'm within range. Okay. And I get, so I have a proficiency bonus. So I guess I get +2 for the proficiency.
Yeah.
I think you add that to the damage, right? That's the damage modifier.
Okay.
Oh, that's the hit, I think.
Okay.
Is something else, I think. I'm not positive, actually.
Let me pull up masters.
I thought you said my name.
I just had this before.
You got this, bro.
Weapons. And ranged weapon, crossbow light, 5 pounds, range 322. Okay. So go ahead and roll a d20.
Okay. Can you see it?
I did not. I'm not on that screen. What did you roll?
I rolled a 5. So +2. So what 7?
So a 7. Seven misses.
It's plausible, just like both.
Yeah.
All right, you guys can rock paper scissors. You're not a rogue, so you don't get a bonus action. So, Mike, you want to go ahead and you roll the 19? What are you gonna do?
Yes. So, what I'm gonna do is, am I still undetected by them? Technically, or no?
Nah, I mean, they know people are there.
Okay,
Because
gotcha. Understood. So, and I am how close to the nearest target?
you are within. Let me look at what's the nearest target, Adam?
Which character is he?
He is the ranger, the elf ranger with the bow.
I'll be back. I gotta do laundry real quick.
4 or 4 spaces away, or 5 spaces away.
What was that? About 5 feet, you said?
5 spaces, so that's 25 feet.
Okay. In this case, then what I'll do is I will draw my longbow and attack with that to my nearest target.
Okay.
All right. So
which is the closest target, Adam?
This guy right here.
Okay.
All right. It looks like it is 1d8 plus 4. So let's see what we got.
Well, you got to roll to see if you hit. That's the damage mark. So roll a d20.
You got it. I rolled a 10.
Okay. And do you have a proficiency in that or anything? Dexterity. Oh, that would probably be dexterity, right?
Oh, I have a proficiency bonus of +2.
All right, so that's a 12. That's a hit. Go ahead and roll a d. What is? Let me see. What was that? That you have a.
It looks like a D8.
What do you have? A short bow or a
My
long bow?
longbow.
Longbow is a 1d8 piercing damage.
So I'm gonna roll for that. I got an 8 plus 4, so it's 12 damage.
All right, I guess I would probably roll a d8 for that, right? To try to defend.
I just touched the bow's column. Because if you just poke it, if you just touch it right there under your attacks, it'll automatically roll the proper dice for you.
What did you roll?
I rolled an 8, and I have a proficiency of +4, so I have it's 12 damage, or some sort of bonus.
I'm trying to find my D8. Oh, here it is. I rolled an 8. So I think I take two hit points for that.
Gotcha.
All right. And then Ellen, you're next. What do you want to do?
I'm going to use a Ray of Frost spell on
Okay.
same person that Mike hit. So I
All
use
right,
the point for that, right?
Yeah, that to see if you hit. So do a D20.
15.
Okay, that's a hit. Let me see what spell. Let's see.
What is that?
You okay?
Miguel's stepping on paper bags.
It's like someone sat on a whoopee cushion.
Anything interesting?
What kind of
Yeah.
spell is that, Ellen?
The Ray of Frost. I don't know what other information says. The 1d8.
Okay, yep. So roll a D8.
That one. 3. And then I have a +3 on the hit/DC.
So that's a 6. I take four points of damage.
Which one did she attack?
Same one as Michael did. All right, Pudge. You're up.
All right.
You know what? To make this, because you don't have a full party, let's go from 5 to 2. So take 3 of those.
It says the speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of our next turn.
Okay. So yeah. So they took damage, and
Just 2 guys you're fighting against?
yeah, if you had a full party, I'd say let's do it, but it'll take a ton of time. All right, Pudge, you're up.
All right. 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm gonna go next to the guy that they were attacking.
Okay.
I have no spell. Okay.
I'm gonna take a swing at him with my warhammer.
Roll a D20.
I got a 2 plus 8, so or plus 6, so it's 8.
Yep, that does not hit. You miss. All right, so obviously I'm gonna
You're getting bad.
yeah.
Bad roll, Tommy. Me and you.
Join the
All
club.
right.
Am I the only one that can hit things?
I've rolled a 1 and a 2 so far.
That's brutal.
So my character, the character that you just attack, is going to try to attack you. What's your armor, Adam?
19.
All right, I missed. So he swings and Mogram dodges pretty stealthily for such a plump guy. The next guy, the elf, can you move that other elf up?
This guy?
Yeah. How many spaces between you and him?
Me? Like 3 or 2.
All right, he's going to move next to you, and he is going to attack you.
What's with the balloon?
What with the balloons?
What just happened?
That's pretty
You
cool.
have what's your armor?
19.
That's a miss. So you're pretty agile guy for such a short, squat fellow. All right,
Well, I
so we're back at the top. Back at the top of the order. Sean, you are up.
Okay. I am going to.
Try not to miss this time.
Are you going to use your crossbow again, or are you going to equip a sword?
I am going to use a cantrip.
Oh, what now?
I'm going to use a cantrip firebolt.
Is that a spell or is that something?
Sorry, yeah, the spell, my bad.
Okay.
It does say cantrip. I don't know why. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. I don't know why this is acting this way. Okay.
Just refresh your page. There you go. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Just wait for it to load. There you go.
Okay.
So go to
Action, right?
It should be under there if you have a
Yeah,
fireball.
fireballs.
Does it tell you what you roll with?
Yeah, it says a 1d10.
Okay, so you're gonna first of all you're gonna roll a d20 to see if it hits. And who are you attacking?
The guy who took damage.
The
that-
dude we've been wailing
the
on.
dude
I
that we-
guess.
yeah,
Okay, so he's the guy to the
only one that
upper left. He's the
Yeah.
character to the upper left of Adam.
Yeah.
Yes. So go
Okay,
ahead and roll a d20.
a 16.
That's a hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Okay, now I just do.
Now just tap that once.
that one.
Yep.
What are you rolling with? A what?
A d10,
And we got
a 6.
it's 6.
Okay, let me find a.
What was the shocking? She just burns up.
You rolled a 6.
Yes. And
Yeah, can you imagine if we just kicked down the door?
All right, that guy is knocked out.
let's go.
Hey, nice work, dude.
We got one.
All right. Michael, you're gonna attack obviously the next guy. What are you gonna do?
All right. So the next guy I take it is further away from me. How? Just out
No,
of
he's
curiosity-
he's right next to Adam. So you see those two things standing right there in the door. Adam, point to the other.
Look at Opie.
So he got closer to Adam and tried to attack on the bad guy's move.
All right. Let me see this real quick.
You're 2 spaces away from him. So you're 10 feet.
I'm 10 feet away. Gotcha.
See if you can pin it.
I'll just pin this real quick. Okay. So would moving closer count as my turn, or could I just do that and then attack?
No, you can move and attack.
Okay, gotcha. So in this case, I'm going to go up to the
How do
guy,
I do that?
and I'm going to draw my short sword and swipe at him with it.
I'm trying.
Okay, and what do you attack with? What is your short sword?
My short sword is 1d6, and I also
Okay.
have a +4 to it for whatever I roll.
All right, roll a d20. Unless you got a bad roll, it's a hit. I can tell you that right now.
I got a 9.
Yeah, it's a hit.
All right, excellent. So now I'll roll for short sword damage. It's piercing, and it's 6.
Neither. Oh,
So this guy took 2 hit points.
And there's
Okay.
a snowman invading the area.
Nice. Ellen, go ahead and it's your turn. There's one guy up.
Okay. So the D20.
What are you going to attack with first of all?
Am I close enough to use my staff?
You can get within distance of the staff. You're close enough. Yeah, you can run up to him. So you want to move closer?
Yeah, I'll do that.
So
All
let
right,
me.
move Ellen.
Oh, sorry. I just had a general question.
Sure.
So when it comes to my walking speed, that determines how closely I could like dash up to somebody. I take
So
it.
no, the walking speed is how many spaces you can move in a turn. If you dash, it
Understood.
doubles it. So if you have a 30 walking speed and you do a dash, you can cover 60 feet in the same amount of.
Okay, understood. Just clarifying that. That helps out. That makes a lot more sense as far as my range goes.
You're not close.
Okay. All right, Ellen, what did you roll for d20?
10.
You got 35.
That is a miss.
Oh man.
Pudge, you're up.
Right, I'm gonna attack again with a warhammer.
All right, d20.
I got a 4 plus
That
10.
is a miss.
10.
Hey,
A 4 plus 10.
4 plus 6 is 10.
That's a miss. All right, so my guy is going to attack Pudgy.
What?
how normally, like,
Attacking me?
It's the bad guy's turn.
I mean, you. Yeah, you need.
So
that.
roll a d20.
Physical ability.
Well, D20.
Squishy. Now you're squishy. You have no physical ability.
What are the others?
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you can't hit anything.
You missed.
You couldn't hit. No, I hit. My sword and my bow.
He's still not dead.
I injured him
But I knocked the dude out.
with fire. You
What's
need
it
a
11?
soft elf.
What's that?
A D20 was 11.
Okay, what's your armor?
19.
All right, I missed you. So my guy takes a swipe at you, but your armor's thick enough where it just kind of glances and goes, "Bow," and he's kind of rattled, and it's Sean, you're back up.
Hey, okay.
Use your magic. That's all you can.
Shut
It's your only
up.
chance.
I'm gonna move up to the guy. I'm pulling out my great sword.
And casting
Okay.
fire.
Okay, I'm moving up to the guy and hitting him with a basic attack slash.
Okay, so go ahead and roll a d20.
Yes, sir.
I can tell you whatever you roll, it's a hit. 'Cause I just
17.
I rolled a 2, so that's a hit. What is your roll for your?
My broadsword, my great sword is +4 and it's 2d6s +2. What does that say?
Yeah, you're rolling 2d6s and with an additional 2. Yeah, so
I think this guy is going off pretty rough.
Hey,
yeah, clear that.
I got an 11.
Total.
Yes.
All right, you guys have knocked this guy out. So he's lying on the ground, kind of writhing in pain, and
my Kool-Aid.
my cool.
Gonna knock him over.
Oh, yeah. You knocked out the Ninja Turtle.
So the remaining survivor, he's scared of you. If someone wants to roll for intimidation to find out what he knows,
Is intimidation a charisma thing? You said
it is. It's charisma.
I have my charisma.
I have +2 charisma. What do you got? You have
Hold on, no, I'm
charisma.
playing. I'm
Yeah, give me
playing.
a
I'm playing.
break.
Hold
I
on.
have
You're
plus-
slick. You're not that slick.
Hold on a second.
What's that, Alan?
I have +3 charisma.
She has 3 charisma.
I have.
Right there.
I have. Hold on.
+1. Yeah, get out of here. Ellen has more charisma than all of us. So let's have her.
That's
do the
because she's a
intimidation.
beautiful elf woman.
So what you guys can do, just to let you know, if you have someone with you can assist, and what they could do is if you help them with their roll, they can use your help to re-roll it if they need to.
Oh yeah.
So Ellen, go ahead and roll. What is charisma? Go roll the d20.
Ellen, say something mean to him, or Celestia rather.
Celestia, call him up.
I rolled a 14.
A 14.
Yeah.
And do you have +3 charisma?
Yeah.
So that's a
Yep.
17. So he says, please, 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 please don't kill me. I'll tell you everything I know. He tells you that he works for Hulil, who's the other dwarf in the neighbors, the sister, the priest. She's a dwarf priestess, and she's working in Shady Run Creek for the Oltot family. She's Tolgi's sister, and they robbed Pelk's Curiosities months ago. Hulu got sick and she got cursed with some affliction that caused her to move really slow, and her veins are turning blue. And they ordered us to go to Belk's Curiosity to find potions or scrolls or something like that to try to help rescue her. But we couldn't find anything. There's nothing to be found here. And the only thing I know is that Hulil, she's hiding out in Croker's Caves. That's all I know. That's all I know, I swear.
Is there any way to check if she's lying or not, or this
Yeah,
individual?
You can do a perception roll. That is charisma, I think.
Perception.
Wisdom.
I'll do that. I got +4.
All right, so roll a d20.
All right. 12.
There's a dwarf priest
16.
hiding out in Crocker's cave.
So you look at this bandit that's laying on the floor. He's panting. He's really drawn, and you're 100% certain that this guy is not lying to you. He's 100% telling the truth, that he's been contracted by Tolgi's sister. She's hiding out in Croker's Cave, and and one of them is sick, and they're looking for anything they can find in this house.
Can I grab him by his hood and ask him? I want to ask him, when did she get sick?
It's 2 months ago. That's all I know. When they robbed the store, that's all I know. I swear.
Well, what did they take?
Let me see. I don't know. I don't know. They just took whatever the other dwarf, the one that got sick. He sold a bunch of stuff, and the sisters went and robbed it. They didn't tell us much.
Was there anything in particular that you guys were looking for?
They wanted us to see if we could find any potions or scrolls or any other items to help cure the sickness because Halil sick. She has the same affliction as the other dwarves. Her veins are turning blue.
So it's whatever he sold to them that they stole, which means he came into contact with it, got sick. The other two stole it from there, got sick.
It's possible, definitely. And you said that they're hiding out in where? Croker's Cave, was it?
Croker's Cave, yep. And as you guys are talking, you notice that the elf that you're questioning has enough strength to muster, and he bolts out the door, and he's gone.
Oh man, what a punk! And he just left their comrades there on the floor.
Yes.
I think we should probably alert the village head that we talked to when we first arrived about these guys here, and then we should see about getting to that cave.
Yeah.
But maybe we should
okay.
with the
I'm
party.
gonna search their pockets for money.
Hey, not a bad idea.
Yes.
Yeah, you find 4 gold pieces.
All right, so let's split it up between us all.
All right, so you each get a gold piece. Do you guys want to leave, or do you want to search Pelk's Curiosities a little bit?
I take it the owner is nowhere in sight in this place?
Correct.
Gotcha. At this point, I think we should reunite with the party, my opinion. I mean, we could
Let's
go.
do a quick search though to see if there's anything they've missed, because these are dum-dums.
Yeah, that is a good point. They didn't seem too bright.
I'm gonna see if she has extra.
All right, extract of llama.
So you head towards to the back of the shop. There's what appears to be the quarters of the person that it's obvious to you that the owner lives here, right? It's a shop. So you enter the quarters and you're looking around and you notice this weird silhouette. It appears to be a statue of ice of an elf bundled beneath some blankets of the bed in the east wall of the room. There's a small table loaded with dirty teacups and a kettle that stands next to the bed.
Is this the owner?
Go ahead and roll an investigation. So it's going to be, I think it's wisdom, right, Adam?
Investigation is intelligence.
Intelligence. So go ahead and roll a d20 for intelligence.
All right.
If anybody wants to assist him, he can.
I have a
re-roll.
19, so I got an 18 because I have a minus.
Okay, so you get the sense. You look and you see there's like kind of a locket around her neck that has the same insignia, and unfortunately, you know in your heart that this is Verla Pelk who owned it, and it's obvious. It's obvious that she has the same sickness that everybody else. You see scrawled on the table the words "frigid woe," and based on your intellect check there, you get the sense of what that's the sickness they've named it. It's called the frigid woe.
Frigid woe. This has to be something he sold to them, because he came into contact with it first. She probably came into contact with it at the same time the sisters, or a little after, or a little before the sisters stole it. So then she was afflicted with it, which means she was the second one, and she's over here frozen.
Yeah, and there's a you thumbing through on the table. There's a little journal that she's kept for herself, and as you're reading it, you can see that she's talking about buying these items, and then she talks about getting sick, feeling very very weak, and these veins started to appear, and frigid woe is written on the inside of this journal, and just from the dates you can see, it appears that but a few weeks after the shop was robbed is when the symptoms first started to appear, but she she writes in the journal that she could never tell anybody that because she's so embarrassed, and obviously she froze to death sitting in this chair.
Man, what a tragic way to go. Frigid woe, though. That is some information at least to start off with. You good over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the town folks
I
knew
think
that
we should take this. We should take this information back to the group and
Okay.
see what we can find from there.
All right, so you guys prepare to leave. Go ahead and everybody probably meet in front of the that black roof one in the center, the inn there. So you guys all travel back to the same location, and you kind of run up to each other. You're kind of clamoring, telling everybody what they know, and now's your chance to kind of, as a party, talk about what you've learned and what the next steps are.
Sounds good.
All right.
So I blab everything that went down, the fight that happened inside Pelk's Curiosities, that I brag about my 1 gold that I got, and I also share that. Yeah, right. And I also share that it's likely that this sickness is spreading somehow, and that Croker's Cave is likely our next place because the people that were sent there to look for a cure of some sort say that, and the person's name was what? What was it? Hula?
Julio.
Julio?
Julio.
I keep not hearing it because Allie keeps shrieking in the background. What is it?
Let me put it in the chat.
Lethal.
Oh,
Julio.
Julio. All right, got you. I say that there's someone named Julio that is sick now with this disease called frigid woe.
Yeah.
And
And the
they're
party-
hiding out in Croker's Cave.
And the party that came from the from Tolgi's cabin recognized that name when you say it, because
Yeah, I could confirm that about Kroger's Cavern. I mean, cave, whatever his name that place is.
He looks like the type of guy that likes being on a roof.
Well, they wouldn't let me, so I had to get other
Hey, man,
ways
you could've.
of this information. And I also we were talking to Togi. What's your person's name that you're looking for? Who? What's it?
Julio.
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 No, the
Julio.
sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, Julio.
Oh, that's Togi's sister, right? Yep. Yeah. So apparently,
Sister, okay.
yeah. So apparently, Togi gave all the treasures that they stole from this other person and took it to the cave, and they're trying to find the cure, but which they cannot find whatsoever. And while talking to her, I noticed that she had this, a dagger.
Interesting.
That was the only thing that Togi took from out of the whole treasure. This one over here, Tiny Tooth here, couldn't interrogate her, so I had to do everything myself.
Wow.
That's not a con.
Thank goodness for you.
Yeah. Sometimes I understand that orcs can be incompetent, but
I'm not a dork.
So as you guys are standing in front of
Have
the
fun, guys.
tavern, so as you guys are standing in front of the tavern, Elro, the older elf that kind of showed you everything and asked you for this to go on this quest, is listening to everything you've heard, and he hears Croker's Cave. He's like, I know that place. That's a very bad place. It's due north of here from the village. It's about a day and a half's journey. I would suggest you guys take a rest before, if you're going to continue with this line of questioning and uncover this mystery. But anything you can do is grateful.
Maybe we should tell him about that mess that happened up in the shop because we just got into a fight.
yeah, we should tell them. And then
those dudes.
I still think
Ask him how he didn't know how to shop
definitely
on them.
tell them we should probably take a long list so we
Okay.
can, replenish them.
Gotcha. Well, yeah. So we inform him of the battle that took place, just in case they want to, arrest those no good thieves that we beat up.
Yeah, so Elro is kind of taken aback, but he's not surprised. The Croker's Cave's well-known hideout for bandits, and based on some of the product that goes in and out of Pelk's Curiosities, is not surprised that someone broke in. He wishes you well on your journey, and he reminds you that if you're successful, not only will you save the village and anybody that's been infected, there is also a purse of 100 gold pieces for the party.
I don't do it for the money. I do it just to help out.
Yeah,
He does it.
I don't.
He does it for the funny.
I do it for the funny, exactly. But resting
Adam,
does sound like a good idea.
Did you guys mention
Adam,
that? Who's the one who had the disease? The sister, right?
Yeah.
4 people.
Or-
That
Julio?
And,
mentioned-
but say again.
So you're talking about the owner of Pelk's Curiosities?
Oh no,
Uh,
no, we didn't actually bring that up. Yeah.
Yeah, we should probably tell them that she's dead.
Yeah, by the way, the owner of
Wow,
Pelk's
they didn't know that.
Curiosities is dead.
no, I didn't know. I'm talking about the sister
Oh, Hulil? Yeah, they're sick as well.
who was sick. That one I did hear.
Yeah, there's basically there are multiple people who have this disease. When we originally thought it was only 2, the shopkeeper has died, frozen in her chair, and it appears that she came in contact with whatever Orgon sold, and the other 2 stole. Which means at this point, whoever has what that they took is probably spreading this thing around. Whoever comes in contact with it,
That makes sense
So the-
because
we do not know what it is.
So Elro,
We
thanks you
call-
for the information. He tells you
call it the
he wasn't aware that the owner of Pelk's Curiosity was died. He'll arrange for her funeral. He's sad by that, as her being a fellow elf, but he's known her for many years. And he also assures you that he'll have more rangers stationed, and they will deal with Togi appropriately. They'll put her in jail for having broken into Pelk's Curiosities. So, as the
Yeah.
party decides to make travel north, that's where we're going to end the session for the night. So the next
Alright.
time we meet, you guys are going to be tackling Croker's Cave.
Hooray! Let's go. Do we gain experience points for defeating those guys?
Yes, let me figure that out. Anybody that fought will get some XP from that. I'll do some research about how to do that, and I'll add the XP as necessary, because it was Michael, Ellen, Pudge, and Sean, right?
Yep.
Okay, so
Me
I'll
as well.
figure out the X. Were you in? No, you weren't.
I'm sorry, man.
No, you weren't. You couldn't even threaten a guy. You
I-
couldn't
I-
even threaten a guy.
Not
Hey,
that
man,
dirty
I'm really
orc.
low.
Leave it to an orc.
Damn, bro, why you gotta
Credit
be like
for-
that, bro?
Listen, we are all except orcs.
Hey,